Six here from Dr. Gear, working on a tech's favourite amp. And of course I say that entirely sarcastically. This is a Fender Red Knob Twin, one of the later revisions with the black knobs. Still just as much of a nightmare to work on. Extremely complex, early 90s, late 80s sort of topology. And this one has come in with really low output. These are really strange amp because they don't just use a standard switching selection. They use 4 input jacks on the front. You can either plug into one side for regular channel switching, or you can plug into the other side and get parallel going on, which, I mean, might have been a thing back in the 90s, but not as many sort of amps I can think of that have really done that. I mean, maybe back in the 60s when you had like 3 musicians all plugged into the same sort of tweed combo. Not by this point. So the customers brought it in saying that there is incredibly low output. We're scoping here on V1, so that's your input. That there should, just on the grid, have signal on it, no matter what. But if we look up at the signal on the scope, nada, bupkis. The amp's powered off, there's nothing there. There should be signal getting to that grid. But remember how I said this had like that parallel sort of input setup? That's based on using those jacks and their switching jacks. They get dirty, they get corroded. Out. In. Look at that. Suddenly, we have signal. So something's telling me that these jacks are completely sort of just filled with gunk, corroded, whatever. They'll need to come out, which means removing all the knobs, that entire PCB, flipping it upside down, and installing some new switching stereo jacks, which eventually will do the same thing again. They will continue to do that, maybe in another 20, 30 years' time, unknown. There's not really a way to get around that. So, out it comes, in goes the new switches, we'll give it a test, make sure it's all hunky-dory, and advise the customer as well to do a bit of a recap, because those old IC caps, at this age, they're a ticking time bomb. Caps like if you've got a timing belt in your car or you need to get it serviced regularly, they will die over time. And when they die, they're going to die spectacularly. They might take out your tubes, they might take out something else. So if we're already in here doing work, we may as well pull the whole thing apart. Once I got a bit of an update, post it up online, you can see what's going on there. Till next time, see ya.